Hey everyone, welcome to my home and welcome to my channel, A Ginger Can. And today, a ginger can make fried rice quickly. School's coming up, we're going to need some quick meals. This will get you going. Now full disclosure, I have rice prepared, so if you don't have rice prepared, prepare some rice. That's going to add extra time. We have a rice cooker like I've mentioned before, we always have rice. So for this recipe we'll need a couple of things. We'll need 2 eggs, some spray grease, whatever you have, sesame oil, fish sauce, soy sauce, whatever protein you have. It doesn't really matter. It could be steak, chicken. This is a pork tenderloin that I marinated, cooked a couple of days ago. I got to get it eaten. I've used salmon, tuna, any protein. Tofu would work okay-ish. Seafood, shrimp, whatever. And then mixed vegetables. There you go. That's what you got. So to start off, and normally I don't cook in this deep of a pan, it's more of a shallow pan, but my wife is going to a friend's house, and being Korean, she has to bring something, so I have to make a lot of fried rice because she's going to take it with her. So we're going to take 2 eggs and we're going to scramble them pretty well as I get egg stuff all over me. Hey, no shells. Scramble the eggs. Okay, you don't need these like super fluffy like you would for amazing scrambled eggs. Just really well mixed. I'm going to put that off to the side. I'm going to chop up the protein in between everything, and then once this is going, it gets going quickly. So I'm going to move the camera around and we're going to start cooking immediately. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so like I said, once this starts going, it goes fast. Our burner on medium-high, pretty high. We'll take our spray grease. Not spray ourselves. You just want a light coat, because ultimately you're going to wipe it down, and you want this to be in a non-stick cookware. So we just want enough grease so that the egg slides around a bit, but not so much that it gets heavy and it fries in the grease. So we'll get this nice and hot, then we're going to drop the egg in. In the meantime, I'm going to chop up my protein. Like I said, this is grilled pork. It was marinated, and we had it for dinner a couple days ago, and it was awesome. I'll do another video on this. The marinade's pretty quick, but it does have to sit overnight, preferably. You could do it in a couple of hours, but overnight's the best. And let that get nice and hot. Okay, I see smoke, so we'll get the egg in. And when you drop the egg in, swirl it around, because you want a nice flat layer. All of that egg goodness. Okay, so it's not sticking to the pan, which is awesome, but we want it to settle a little bit because we got to flip it. So let me get this chopped up a little bit more, and then we'll flip this here in a second. Okay, pretty well set. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that. That is gorgeous. Normally I can flip it in a shallow pan, but since this is deep, I don't want to chance it. So I'll use, oh dear. Yeah, see? It folded over on itself. Oh well. It is what it is. It's still pretty flat. We're going to cut it up anyway that no one will ever notice. So we'll get it to cook on this side for a little bit. And like I said, you saw how fast that was. That is browned in one side already. Okay, that's good and chopped up. Let me get the rice. Man, that's hot. Okay. Hey, I could have flipped it. Hey, look at that. You want that technique because it's easy to do with the rice. It's better to do with the rice instead of trying to flip it all. I'll show you that in a second. But not perfect. Should have just done that. Okay, so a little bit of brown is what we're looking for. Let's get it to fold up on itself a little bit. And I'm going to put it here. And we'll reattack that in a minute. Okay, for the rice, because it's fried rice, we take the sesame oil, about a tablespoon. And for a normal meal, I'll use 2 cups of cooked rice, maybe 3 cups of cooked rice. This looks like about 3 cups of cooked rice, thereabouts. Get this nice and swirled. A neat trick is I'll coat the spatula in the sesame oil, both sides, because when I go to push down the rice, it'll stick to the spatula. Not anymore. So take the rice, and drop it in. Take the spatula, flatten the rice down. You see, nothing's sticking to it. There we go, nice and flat. It's sliding around perfectly. So I'm going to leave it like that and let the oil drip off the spatula onto the rice. Hopefully it doesn't get too hot. But this is fried rice. So we're going to let this sit for at least 5 minutes, maybe 7. Don't go past 10 because then it'll get burnt. I like a good crunchy rice. It kind of sticks to your teeth. My dentist probably hates me for saying that, but that's the way I like it. I'm going to let this sit for at least 5 minutes. Protein's chopped. Eggs, I'll chop those here in a minute. And then it's just add, and simmer down. So let's let this cook. I'll come back when we're ready to flip it. We're getting just about there. As I shake it, I'm listening for it to be scratchy a little bit. That way you know it's good and crispy on the other side. You can see it's not sticking at all. I'm going to try to flip this. We'll see how this goes. Not bad, but you can see it's crispy. It's good and crispy now. So we flip it and get the other side. Like I said, if it was a more shallow pan, it'd be easier to do, but I have to cook a lot. Get that flattened out. Alright. Since one side is already crispy, we're browning the other side. This is where we add our mixed vegetables, because they're frozen. Now, if you thawed them out ahead of time, you wouldn't add them right now. You'd wait till the other side got a little bit crispy. But these still have to thaw, so we'll add the vegetables. And for this, I normally do 2 handfuls for my family, and that's for 2 cups of rice roughly. But for this, I'm going to use 3, 4. So 4 handfuls for this batch of 3 cups of rice. Get them spread out so they thaw a bit more evenly. And yeah, that's going to add some moisture, but that's okay, because we're still getting the other side nice and crunchy. So again, we're listening for the scratchy, slidey sound. That's the technical term for it. And once it does that, then we start adding the sauces, the protein, the eggs, and we're done, because the vegetables will be thawed by then. So let's give it a couple minutes, like 5 minutes on this side, and we'll see where we're at with the vegetables. Be right back. Alright, we're getting that scratchy sound. So I'm going to turn the heat down, because we don't want to burn the rice or anything else. One side's already crispy, the other side's getting there. So before we mix anything, the vegetables are good. Ow, and hot. Dang it, that hot. So the vegetables are good. Fish sauce. And for a normal batch, about a tablespoon. I probably got 1.5 in here, so I'm just going to end up using it all. And this is to taste. You don't have to add the fish sauce. I like adding it because it gives it a depth of flavor and some saltiness, but we also get saltiness from the soy sauce. I didn't use it all. Alright, now some soy sauce, also about a tablespoon, but this is to taste. Now you got to mix it up good so you get the sauces on everything. That's looking like you would normally see in a restaurant. Now we'll add the protein, and since it was pre-cooked, it doesn't have to cook that long. We're just here to warm it up a bit. This is probably the best way to mix it. That way you know you're constantly rotating. So let's chop up the egg. We want small pieces, little squares. And again, since it's pre-cooked, because we cooked it first, we don't have to cook it that long. And like I said, once it gets going, you're done before you know it. This is a good, fast meal. Throw the egg in. Kill the heat. And there we have what looks to be traditional fried rice. Let's flip it around and we'll get to serving. And that's it. Fried rice. Beautifully cooked. Still flinging it around. Let's get some on the plate. I can't take too much. That is beautiful. Gotta taste test. And this is a clean spoon. I got the crunch in there. I got the meat. I got the veggies. It's really hot because we just took it off the stove. Stuck to my teeth. Perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for in fried rice. So this is a quick and easy meal. I can normally knock this out in 20 minutes, although you do have to have a couple of things prepared. You need to have rice prepared, you need to have a protein prepared if you're going to put a protein in, and mixed vegetables ready to go. You could probably just throw broccoli in, cauliflower. If you have fresh vegetables, that will work too. But the mixed vegetables is just easier for me because we can buy a big bag and I can just constantly throw handfuls in. So thank you for watching A Ginger Can, and today A Ginger can make fried rice very quickly. So thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Leave comments down below if you have other recipes that you want to see, or if you've done this and you've done different proteins. What have you tried? What vegetables have you tried? I love to read comments. This is Brian. Thank you again for watching.